Hello and welcome to Co-Trips with Co or County Trips with Corey. I told my coworker about this channel and they said that name was a bad name. So let me know what you think because I thought it was cute. So also I was telling them about how they said that Indiana, I picked the wrong state apparently, that I shouldn't have started doing this in Indiana. And I said, I disagree. Like, people told me that about Kentucky and I did this in Kentucky. I just didn't film it. I was telling them that, there's something beautiful in every state and that Indiana was not the wrong state to do this in. And they said that should be your mission statement or your slogan. There's something beautiful in every state. So, welcome to County Trips with Corey or Co-Trips with Co, because there's something beautiful in every state. I don't like the way that worked. Should I say it welcome to Co-Trips with Co, where there's something beautiful in every state? I like that. Where there's something beautiful in every state. I like it. All right. Are you ready to get into the video? Keep watching. So I'm currently sitting out of Alpine Rose Coffee Shop. It's actually not where the GPS takes you, so you'll just drive down the road just a little bit further and it's there. So we're gonna go ahead and go in, get breakfast, get some coffee. I'm kind of hungry. I've been up since 5:50 and I've only had water, so I'm excited. Well, that was a very nice way to start my morning. I will say that the coffee is actually not that good, but I mean, I did only get just the in-house drip coffee. Might have been better if I'd gotten a specialty coffee, but the food was really good and it was cheap. So definitely get the morning starter. It was a good little croissant sandwich thing, so that's what I would suggest. Now we're gonna go on to the next thing, which is, yes, Münsterberg Plaza and Clock Tower. Now I am approximately an hour behind schedule right now, but I also didn't intend on using the whole day. My schedule that I built doesn't take the whole day anyway, so it's okay to be behind schedule. Okay, let's go see that. It's just right down the street, so. So I actually forgot to record a intro to this part, but I went to the Limbo Lost State Historic Site and learned all about Limbo Lost. I learned all about Jean Stratton Porter, the author of A Girl of the Limberlost, and this is actually a museum about her and her life, as well as this being her real house, which was amazing to go inside of and see what she's done. What's really interesting about the Limberlost area is that it used to be entirely swampland, and the government made a program to remove the swamp. I believe I was told this was an effort to bring more agriculture to Indiana, but a lot of people, including Jean herself, fought this. Obviously, at that time, they were not going to win. This was the early 1900s at this point. And so a lot of locals who want to remember what it was like to have swampland and believe in nature actually donated land. So a lot of what we're seeing in these videos that are like, walking sites and hiking areas and that are named for Limberlost were donated and have been restored to their natural habitat of being swamp-like. And there's actually parts of this area of the Limberlost when it snows and rains, the water rises and they get these things called ice tables. I'll try to include a picture so you can see what they look like, because when the water goes away, the ice stays and creates a literal table between the trees. So I was trying to eat lunch outside by the lake, but it got really cold. And it looks like it's gonna rain. My weather app says that it's not, but I don't know. So I think I've done everything I can do in like the Geneva area, and I have completed all of my lists. The only thing I didn't really do, like I did go to the Monroe Preserve and I did try to go to the Swamp Preserve, but I couldn't find a place to park for either of them. And so I just decided not to hike the trails. But it was definitely like, I've definitely really enjoyed being here. This is amazing. And I am really fascinated by the lady who wrote all those books, Jean something. Wait, I bought the book, hang on. Jean Stratton Porter, yes. I bought A Girl of the Limberlost. This is like probably her most famous, I think, but this is not her first. I'm very fascinated by her and impressed, and I'm very into the Limberlost now, so I'm glad I came up here and stopped for all of this. So this has definitely been a very interesting experience. Now on to Decatur. On my way to Decatur, I passed through Bern, Indiana, and I tried to take a little bit of a video, but it came out really blurry. What's really interesting about Bern, and I'm not really sure if you all could have really been able to tell from that short clip, but they like, everything looks European. Like all of their buildings have been styled after European stuff, and they have a lot of Swiss influence, but I just, it still kind of almost reminds me more of like Germany. So certainly an interesting look for their town. The other thing is, y'all, I have seen more Amish people than I have ever seen in my entire life up here. Like, I never saw this many Amish people in Kentucky. I never saw this many Amish people where I live in Indiana. It's like upper Indiana is where they all live, which is so fascinating. And there's a lot of like, I've seen like, I'm passing a bunch of houses right now that like, I see their clothes hanging on the line, so I know that that's that house, like Amish people live there. So it's just really fascinating to see how many people are Amish up here, and there's horses and carriages everywhere, and just, it's insane. And I mean, to them, this is just like where they live, you know, and I shouldn't like gawk at people because they're different, but like, it's not what we're used to, you know, like horses and carriages are so common up here. It's so like normal. Like, I'm sure the locals don't even think twice about it. Like, I just saw 3 right there in a row, like 2 crossed here, one's going that way. I had seen multiple coming towards me. I passed one in the last recording. Like, they're everywhere. So kind of wild for me. Also, I think I'm gonna start trying to film upright when I'm driving or if I'm in the car. So like right there, that's another Amish house. Because you all cannot see me with the steering wheel in the way, and I apologize for that. And I know it's not gonna look good necessarily until I find a better way to film if I'm driving or if I'm sitting in the car. So once again, I forgot to really give an adequate intro to what I was doing, but I ended up passing through the parking lot for the Back 40 Junction, which is a restaurant that I was going to go to. I ended up not eating there because it was only like 3 o'clock and it wasn't dinner time, but it had really great ambiance. So I highly suggest at least just stopping by to look at it if you're in the area. Next, you're going to see a montage of the Pennsy Depot. It is a closed railroad station, and they're currently trying to turn it into a museum. Fun fact about Pennsy Depot, it opened on Christmas Day in 1871, and it had a huge grand opening with lots of celebrations in the town, but unfortunately closed in 1961, and that was when the last train went through the station. Today, you can currently rent out the Pennsy Depot for events like weddings and whatnot. After the Pennsy Depot, I decided to take a quick drive through the town. I ultimately didn't do the sculpture tour walk, but you can do that with the app AutoCast. Okay, I adjusted it, so this is a lot better. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. It's 3 o'clock, and I'm so tired. Like, I work nights, so I got up, it's 5:50 today, and like, it felt fine because I tried to sleep last night, but it was very interrupted sleep, and I'm gonna have to switch my schedule back tonight anyway, so I'm gonna go home. And I know that I didn't actually finish technically because I wanted to get out and do the sculpture tour walk, but I just really am not feeling like walking another half a mile right now. Or mile. Don't know how long it would be. But I did enjoy my time, especially this morning. Great trip this morning. Loved the museum. Loved seeing the preserves. Loved my little walk. Had my little packed lunch. Got to see the lake. Glad I came up here because I feel like with Decatur, like, I actually could see myself living here. Like, I like it up here. So I feel like if I ever had to work in Fort Wayne or somewhere around up here, I would try to live here because this is a nice spot. Lots of restaurants. It's like a big small town, and I like that because it reminds me of Danville a bit. That's where I went to school in college. And it's like pretty up here. And people are like going hard for Halloween. I'll insert some clips because like it's insane. Like, there's so many houses that are just ready for Halloween. So, thank you for coming with me to Adams County. I hope you enjoyed our trip to Adams County, because I certainly did. And I'm excited for the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.